Dear viewers, welcome to this episode of Your Life, Your Money. Who doesn't want financial freedom? Everybody aspires to be free financially. Financial freedom is a very loosely used word without knowing what exactly leads to financial freedom. But nevertheless, financial freedom is an achievable goal and it involves many steps. It involves planning, it involves discipline, it involves time, and if you follow the steps in a very meticulous way for each and every one, the financial freedom is a realizable goal. In this episode, I am going to discuss 5 must-take steps if you have an intention to reach financial freedom. This video is for all the people in the age band of 25 to 60 who are in the earning phase of their life. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
For those of you who aspire to become financially free, these are the 5 steps you must take and you must cross and succeed. Even if you miss on one of them, the financial freedom is not something which will happen in your life. What are these 5 steps? Let's examine them one by one. Step number 1. A high active income. I stress the word here, high active and income. You should aim to get all the 3 things. Income is natural. When you get a salary, you have an income. When you have a business income, that's an income. But your income should be high. Only when you have a high income, then your ability to save will increase. If you have a very low income, then you'll be struggling to meet your basic needs and you'll not be in a position to save money. So your aspiration should be to earn that high active income. How you can achieve high active income? Number 1, focus. Don't take your eyes off your income. Whatever it takes for you to increase your income, take those steps. Adding a skill, adding a qualification, changing the company, moving to another country. Anything that you think of about which increases your income, you should take that steps. Only when your income rises, then your ability to save increases. There are people, unfortunate ones, who can't have high income. How can you increase your income in such a scenario? Increase your number of hours of working, or if you have a talent like a music or dance or anything else, culinary arts, if you can teach, if you can do something which can monetize your interest, explore that possibility. Think about working beyond your office hours to some other project or some other works and which can add income for you. I'm not telling that use your office hours to increase your income by doing something else. You have a defined office hours. Beyond that, if you have spare time, you can use that time to increase your income. Nevertheless, the first step to financial freedom is achieving a high active income, and you must take steps whatever it takes. Many youngsters do the mistake of getting into trading and all unwanted things which take them out of the focus and which will take their path away from getting those extra qualifications or adding that skill which will permanently reduce their ability to build that active high income. In any person's life, it's obvious that in the starting phase your income is lesser as times pass by because of your experience, because of your growth in the organization, because of your qualifications, skills, ability to mingle with teams, demonstrate that you will be successful, your incomes will rise. But that's a natural process. For that, what is required is a discipline, focus, and constant efforts to upskill yourself. The second steps to financial freedom is to build a passive income. An active income is one where you do something, you discharge your responsibilities, you carry out certain works, you practice your profession. Your involvement is very much required. A passive income on the other side is you have invested your money somewhere and that starts giving you some kind of an income. You don't need to do anything to get this income. Let me tell you here a few examples. If you have maintained a bank fixed deposit, the interest what you get becomes a passive income. If you are invested in the properties, the rents what you get from that is your passive income. If you are invested in the stocks, the dividends that you get is a part of passive income. If you have done some works which has got royalties built around it, the royalties you collect is a passive income. Commercial real estate or fractional real estate which gives you rent could be another activity which gives you a passive income. When you have an active high income, you should consciously try to allocate resources to build the passive income. When you build passive income, this is the first step towards your achieving the financial freedom. What is financial freedom? Financial freedom is all about having requisite amount of money or requisite amount of cash flow to meet your day-to-day needs or whatever that you have planned in life. So that can be easily achieved in passive income. A day will come in your life, whether you wish or whether you don't wish, is you have to live on passive income. For example, when you retire at 60, you don't have an active income. You are not working anymore. Whatever that you have saved, wherever you have saved, from that you derive an income. That becomes your passive income, or you start consuming your capital. So the day of living on passive income will come in your life. It's best if you realize that you have to build a passive income, build it slowly, gain confidence on it, master it, then that will be a step for you to reach financial freedom, what you aspire in life. A few points to keep in mind. When you are working on passive income, remember, it should be a sustainable source. It should be a tax efficient source. It should be something which should be adding to your income. But do not be in a hurry to build the passive income in the early part of life. What I mean to say is that you are having a very active income. Say, for example, at 25, 30 years of age, you have an income. Try to build the passive income, invest your money, and try to generate that passive income somewhere post 40 years, or ideally after 45 years of age up to 60 years of age. What is the advantage of this method? By 40 to 45 years of age, you will reach a stage in your life where you have a very high income. At the same time, you will have a high expense period. So if you build a second income to come in around this particular age, then that would help you to mitigate these extra costs that will come in your life. Likewise, when you do this, you will be slowly but steadily preparing yourself for retirement. You will master the art of creating a passive income. So the passive income that you develop should develop slowly, ideally post 40-45 years, where it should be substantial. One of the problems of passive income generation is when the passive income starts, when you have an active income, it adds to your income. As age progresses, you will be in the highest tax brackets. When this passive income comes, this will become taxable. So you need strategies to make it tax efficient. Try to save taxes around your passive income. How it can be done? In fact, generating a passive income is a very highly professional job. It's not something which a do-it-yourself investors will easily conquer upon. It's not possible. I won't say it's not possible. It's because of your inexperience. You do not know how the future pans out. You do not know how to use it. You cannot make out how the taxes will impact this. This requires an advisor's help. If you are a person who is looking to build your second income in a tax efficient way by analyzing your life, then you can make best use of services provided by NRI Money Clinic. We have a team of experts who have mastered this art of building passive income for our client. If you want help from our side, then all that you have to do is reach out to us through WhatsApp message. Our number is given in the description box below. We have also provided a link over there. Click on the link. It takes you to the WhatsApp. Send your message telling that you are interested to build a second income for you, and our team of experts are ever ready to help you in this regard. Do not delay. Send that message now. The step 3 towards financial freedom is maintaining an emergency fund. An emergency can happen in anyone's life. An emergency which makes you lose your job. An emergency because of which you lose your job. Say, for example, pandemic. If somebody was there in the hospitality industry, hotel industry, you were all laid off. You never had a job. Likewise, anything can happen. War zones can completely change your job profile. See what's happening today in Israel. There are a lot of Indians who are working over there. There are problems in countries like Iran, Iraq, or oil fields, the oil prices moving up and down, economic upheavals or geopolitical issues. Anything can happen which prevents you having that active income, and you do not know what to do. You need time to think. It could be a medical emergency too. So unless you maintain an emergency fund, your ability to tide over short-term problems which will make your income stop will be very, very limited. So you need to build an emergency emergency fund. Again, building an emergency fund has several steps. Several calculations have to be made. Your individual life situation have to be factored in. We have done multiple videos in the past on the emergency fund. I request my edit team to give the links for this video in the description box below. Watch these videos to build a nice, good emergency fund. When you have an emergency fund, any emergency that happens in your life will not impact you that badly that you cannot recover from there. The step number 4 is maintaining a revolving fund. In my last video, I spoke about revolving fund. A revolving fund is the one which saves you paying of interest, getting hooked into paying the EMIs, doing things impulsively. All these things can be stopped using the revolving fund. Revolving fund in reality is just prepaying for whatever you need to do in the future. Buying a gadget, could be a washing machine, television, fridge, going on a holiday, home country visit, paying the school fees of children at some points of time. All major expenses which will happen, large in nature, one-off in nature, can be solved by building a revolving fund. It's just about calculating what is the expense you are likely to incur at what points of time, dividing it into a pre-EMI. That means instead of paying your EMI post-purchase, you start budgeting for that incidence beforehand and put it in a separate account. That's where the monies are also grown and you have provided for, and as and when those incidences happen, paying off your premium or buying those household equipment, you can dip into the revolving fund and pay for those purchases. That will save you a lot of interest. A saved interest is the extra money that you have saved in your life, and having a revolving fund is also a step in achieving the financial freedom. The last of the step, the 5th step, is building a growth fund. What is a growth fund? Growth fund is something where you invest your money with an expectation that the value of this money will be much higher than the value it commands today. What actually it means is, let's say that you have put a lakh of rupees as an investment today and it can buy certain amount of goods and services for that 1 lakh today. Let's say that we invest this money for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or 30 years. At a point of time in future, this lakh of rupees is worth more than what it can buy today. In reality, it means to say it should beat inflation, create wealth. That's a growth fund. Your mutual funds that you invest in, the stocks, the ETFs, the parcels of land, the rental real estate you build in, are all the part of your growth fund. Many people start with a growth fund, but they do not understand the concept behind it. They make it into a speculative fund. A growth fund is not a speculative fund. Why people fail in their investment activity is because they convert their growth fund into a speculative fund. So you put your money and you become so concerned about it, you start looking at its valuation tomorrow morning, next week, next month, next year, and you feel happy or you feel dejected. You want constant feeling that my investment is growing. But investments do not work like that. Investments at times will give you very lumpy returns. At times it doesn't do anything. At times its valuation comes down. Whether it is gold, whether it is stocks, whether it's real estate, the story is same. So unless you understand how does a growth fund really works, how to build it, how to create a portfolio around it, your growth fund may not work in your favor. So again, building a growth fund is a very, very professional job. It's best you use the services of professional advisors to build this growth fund. Unless you invest your money into a growth fund and handle it the way it should be handled, don't make it a speculative fund to appear that it should constantly move. Many times I get disturbed with the way the fintech companies advertise. They have the right to advertise, but that's not the way to build a growth fund. That's the reality. I was doing an interview with one of the fund managers where the fund manager said to me that if your entire portfolio is performing all the time, it means it has a lot of risk which is built into it. It's better if a portion of your portfolio underperforms. When that underperforms over a period of time, the underperforming portion of your portfolio will give you a lumpy return. Yes, this is the natural way to build a growth fund. So these are the finer points of building a growth fund, making it work for you. But if you start chasing the return and you start investing into the funds which have given a very high return in the recent past, then that can create disaster, or you may not know how to handle such a situation. So you should build a growth fund. Remember, your growth fund is not a speculative fund. There is a definitive way of building a growth fund, and that calls for advisors' help. We are always ready. As I said, if you need assistance, you can make best use of our services. Send us a WhatsApp message. Our numbers are in the description box, as I said to you earlier, and we are there to help you out. If you follow these 5 steps diligently, correctly, patiently, step by step, I have no hesitation to say you will reach financial freedom in your life. But if you miss even one of the steps in this, then whether you reach financial freedom, I do not know. When you will be able to reach financial freedom, I cannot assure for you. My only wish that you take these 5 steps and reach financial freedom in your life. Dear viewers, hope the video that I have done today helped you to understand how you can reach financial freedom in a step-by-step manner. If it did give you the direction, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you are watching this episode for the first time, or if you are yet to subscribe for the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Do not forget to share these videos with your near and dear ones. Thank you very much for watching this episode on NRI Money Clinic. I shall be back with you with yet another episode of Your Life, Your Money next Friday. Till then, stay safe. Jai Hind.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.